What's up, guys? It's Missy. I am back with another SimCity BuildIt video, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Black Friday sale. I had told you guys to save some of your resources because I had a feeling that they were going to put more of the categories on sale just in a couple of days, which they did do. So I really hope that you guys listened to me and didn't spend all your stuff right away, okay? So we're going to talk about which categories went on sale, what the best deals are, what you should buy if you're looking to do whatever. It depends on what you're doing, you know, if you're designing, if you're trying to get epic pointers, you know, whatever the case may be. So if you guys are following the Missy's Building Guide, depending on how many resources you have will depend on what items you should purchase. Okay, so if you're somebody who has a ton of keys stacked up, now is the time to spend them. Okay, only on stuff that is essential, right? So think about it this way: the whole time that you've been saving these keys, you've been trying to save them for this sale, right? Now there's things that you're going to want to purchase based off of making your gameplay efficient and then making your gameplay enjoyable. So there's efficiency and what you enjoy. Now, essentially the whole goal here is to be as efficient as possible so that you can complete the goals that you need to complete. Now, whatever your goals are, and I don't know what they are, okay? So whatever your goals are, you're going to want to take the best route possible for said goals. Now, what that means is if your goal is to have a beautiful city, then you need to buy the stuff that is going to get you that beautiful city, right? Now would be the time to do it, okay? So the landscape category is something that you're definitely going to want to drop quite a bit of money and coins in. However, what comes first is efficiency. And that is, what epics do you like the look of the most? Is that category on sale, or has it been on sale, and which ones to buy? Maybe you're not even level 24 yet, right? But you need to plan for that. So let's say that you are level 24 and up, or let's say you're even below level 24. It really doesn't matter. You need to figure out which epics you like the look of the most, and then once you have that category picked, go and watch my specializations video where I go through and I tell you guys which ones are the best deal. Now I'm going to talk about the categories that did go on sale and tell you guys which ones are worth it. So for example, we'll do the landscape category last. So we're going to start with efficiency. And efficiency is getting as many 3-pointers as you can so that you can get those epic projects done in a timely manner. How many 3-pointers do you need? You need a minimum of 10 3-pointers to hit gold comfortably. What that means is you can hit gold with any amount of pointers. It just depends on how much effort you want to put into it, how much storage you have, how well you prepped, how much money you want to spend, right? So if you have an obscene amount of items and you want to sit there for 23 hours straight and spend some ungodly amount of coins, sure, you can hit gold in under 24 hours, right? But if you want to hit it comfortably, and by comfortably I mean not running yourself broke, okay, then you need a minimum of 10 3-pointers. Now, realistically, what I try to aim for is having at a minimum of 20 3-pointers. That's right, where 15 to 20 3-pointers is about perfect if you have a full inventory. Now, if you guys didn't tune in yesterday, which I only had like 12 viewers because we did it kind of spontaneously, wasn't really planned. I had prepped for the epic, the timed epic, and I told you guys I was going to do it yesterday, and we did it live. And so it's on the channel. It's on every single one of the playlists, so be sure to check it out. It's labeled 14-minute gold epic. We managed to hit it in 14 minutes. And the reason that that is so impressive, mind you, aside from the fact that it's a gold epic in 14 minutes, is because I have every single item in this game unlocked. Okay? Every single regional item, regular item, everything. And what was more impressive is I didn't even have max storage under the terms that I haven't unlocked the storage facility for the regional map. Now, it was pretty cool because we didn't even use up half my 3-pointers because I had 4-pointers. Now, that's the other thing that I want to tell you guys. During these sales, most of the 4-pointer buildings are plat keys, right? And these sales, you want to take advantage of that, okay? So give me just a second here. Okay, sorry, I had to send CPT a voice message because, and I want to make sure that everybody here is very clear. When I told you guys a couple of days ago, a lot of you guys didn't believe me that they would do other categories, okay? If you follow their timeline and what they've always done, this is what they do. They get you to spend your money on stupid shit, and then you end up spending up all your resources for the other categories. And I warned everybody, so I know everybody had a warning, okay? If you saw my YouTube video on the Black Friday sale a couple of days ago, I told you guys that they were going to 99.9% sure that they were going to do this. So I really hope that you guys save some of your resources. They may do it again, and I just want you guys to know that this only comes around once a year since I've been playing. Now, they will put a category here and there on sale, but this type of deal usually pops up once a year. Now, also, they might do the other categories, but what I want you guys to know is the first couple of days, how they gave us a couple of days to buy some of this stuff, they gave us a day or two, this deal might not be here tomorrow, okay? Usually, this lasts one day, so don't think on it too long. It might not be here tomorrow. Now, if it were me, I would take this time to buy some serious shit from the landmarks or the landscape category, because if you care about having a beautiful looking city, you're looking at spending double later, okay? We're talking double, and that shit is ridiculous. That stuff is not cheap, okay? Now, keep in mind that these bridge pieces, they go up as you purchase them. And if you're new to buying bridges, you have to place them on water, most of them, okay? So what's really frustrating is you have to have stuff placed out before you can purchase more. Now, if you look at some of this stuff, like these boats, these boats are not cheap normally. Okay, so I would definitely pick up a couple of those if you like them. Pick up some of the floating restaurants if you like those. The trees. The trees are essential, okay? Especially if you're somebody with regional coins. Now would be the time to buy trees. If you want to have a beautiful looking city and you really like to be able to line your city with trees, now would be the time to do it, okay? And unfortunately, Missy's going to have a day where she just gets to start putting trees out, because in order for me to buy them, I have to put them all out there, which really fucking sucks. So that's what I'll be doing most of the day, is placing trees out so that I can buy more trees. Now, the big patches of trees are also a really good deal because they're able to be purchased with cash. Like this one, it's 50 cash. That's not a bad deal at all. If you're somebody who doesn't spend a whole lot of money on the game, but you planned to, now would be the time to drop some money on the game, okay? I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to, but they end up doing it later, and they end up doing it in a way where they don't benefit, right? So they're like, oh, fuck it, I'll just spend the $5, when they should have just got the deal when it popped up. So if you are going to be spending money, now would be the time to do it. Okay, now, all of these, I wasn't even supposed to be doing the landscape category yet. We'll talk about that here in a minute. So the gambling category, if you guys are looking to do epic projects in the gambling category, you unlock this at level 25. So a lot of you don't have this unlocked just yet. Do not go up to level 25 just to unlock this, unless you plan on not doing a regional map, okay? And you're prepared for the item unlocks that you get at level 25. Now, saying that you have gambling unlocked, which casinos should you buy? Now, if you have gambling unlocked, that means that you know which ones are worth which pointers. This one here is an excellent deal. It's really cool looking. It's 10 plat keys, and it's a 3-pointer with a 50% pop boost. This one here is also a really good deal. It's got a 65% pop boost, and it's 210 cash. Oops, no. Okay, so all the other ones here are 50% off for the regional ones. So if you guys wanted to do that, do that. If you guys have any regional hotspots that you want to buy, I would do it now because regional coins are not easy to come by. The transportation category, we're going to be able to get through this one really quick, okay? Now, for those of you who don't know, when you guys place some of this stuff on your map, if you zoom in really far, or maybe if you play on a tablet, you'll see it a little bit better. But for example, this London bus terminal, once you place it down, if you zoom in, you'll see the little London bus that drives around. So a lot of the stuff that you're buying, it's not just for the building, it's for the interactive content that comes along with it. It's just really hard to notice when you're on a phone, okay? So the balloon park, that one is really popular for looks, not necessarily a pointer, but for looks. That one is pretty cool. Now, these buildings here are not anything to go gung-ho about. If you're somebody who likes the transportation epic projects, this here, the heliport, is going to be your friend. If you're trying to boost your pop and you're trying to do epics, heliport is going to be the main go-to, okay? That one is a 3-pointer and it's 50% pop boost. This one here is also a go-to. However, it's worth 3 points, but it's only a 40% pop boost. And it costs plat keys. Those plat keys are not easy to obtain, especially for high-level players. So if you're somebody who's been wanting, a lot of people save for the waterfalls and the beach deltas, and then the park that is 250 plat keys. Okay, so usually those are the 3 main things that people try to save for when it comes to platinum keys. Now, hotspots here in the transportation category, there's nothing that really screams, oh, that's so awesome. So I think that a majority of people are going to be spending a lot of their stuff in the landmarks or the landscape category. Keep in mind, like I said, they may put the other ones on sale, so don't go too crazy again, but definitely going to want to drop some stuff in the landscape category because they may not do anything. In the past, they usually go through every single one, right? Every single category. So which water is the best deal? Now, this is going to depend greatly on how much water we're talking about here. Are you wanting to be like Missy and have an ocean? Because if so, it would be advised that you not do ponds. And I'm going to tell you why. First off, they're an absolute nightmare to pick up, okay? If ever you wanted to smash your fucking phone, it would be when you're picking up ponds. I am not buying ponds. 165 of them bitches in my inventory, and I'm not placing them down just to buy a couple. Hell no. Now, you also need to remember that the pop boost is quite high. What the hell is he talking about? I didn't boot him. And nor should you even be popping up on my screen, you little shit. Hold on a minute. Weird. I have all my notifications off, even in my notifications section on Facebook and my other notifications. And for whatever reason, it's still popping up. I'm going to have to look at that because that's really weird. Okay, so back to what I was trying to say, which now I've totally forgot my train of thought. Landscape. Now, water. Okay, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about water. So the pop boost on water is going to be higher for some of the, no wonder I can't see anything. Jesus. Okay. 16% on the big lake, and let's see. Okay, So 30 cash is an excellent price because you got to figure it was 60 cash before, right? Now this one is a little bit lower of a pop boost, but I mean, really, if you don't care that much about pop boost, then it's not going to matter. Because essentially, if you're somebody who's going to be putting out a lot of water, you're probably going to be somebody who doesn't care a whole lot about pop boost. Oh my god, I have 19 of these fuckers. Now, I'm going to be building an ocean city on my one, what is that? Sunny map. Now, somebody in my live stream yesterday had asked why I don't set my regional map up to boost my pop-up to like 2 million. If you're watching this, or if anybody else was kind of curious as to why my regionals are set up the way that they are, I'm going to go ahead and clue you guys in on what's going on with my game. I had my regional set up where it was nothing but pop boost. Okay, that's how I unlocked the last map, hence why I'm on this map. Now, in order to do that, I had to have 10 million population on all my regionals, right? So I went through and I purchased the cheapest building with the best pop boost in each category, and I placed them strategically around my map, right? Hence why I now have a shit ton of heliports and things like that in my storage. Now, once I unlock the last map, the goal is to have a beautiful city, not just have a ton of people. So what I did was I put all of my pop boosts in storage, and now I am in the process of redesigning every single one of my maps. But my first and main priority was to do my capital perfect, right? And my capital is never going to be perfect in my eyes, but it's getting there. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to see what this next pass has in store for us, because I'm kind of trying to figure out what theme I would like to do on my capital. So if you're wondering why my regionals are set up so terribly, that's why. They are set up that way because I was trying to boost my pop to get my map unlocked, and now I'm just trying to figure out which theme I'd like to go with on each map. I take designing very seriously, and it's fun to me, so that's what I enjoy about the game the most. And I have so many ideas that it's hard for me to decide what I want to do to make it come to life. I want to do a water world on the Sunny map, which is going to be, it's going to be interesting, because I wanted to do kind of like a, anybody here ever seen Edward Scissorhands? I've talked about this in one of my videos, but the Latin homes, how they're kind of a light pink, light blue, light yellow, that kind of deal. They kind of remind me of the scene where she brings him to her house and all that, and everybody's got like the baby blue houses and cars and shit like that. And so I kind of wanted to do something similar to that, but have it like a beach boardwalk, and do like some flashy casinos and little tiny colorful houses, and then do a bunch of water, and then on the Sunny map have a bunch of buildings that are like floating, right? And that's really what I wanted to do. So you guys really need to start thinking about your designs and what it is that you want. If you know, you may not know what you're going to be doing, but if you have a pretty good idea, like, hey, I know for a fact that I'm going to want a lot of water, or this is a particular tree I like, or whatever the case may be, buy it, because you can deal with placing it out there later, but just get it purchased. Okay, this is what you save for. This is it, you know? And if you're somebody who maybe you spent keys and you really don't have that many keys, launch your VU. Just go wild with it. Just launch all that shit. And that's why I've been telling you guys for months to stock up on VU, to launch, because you're going to want them for this sale. And it's really a good opportunity to get kind of like a head start, like a boost, you know, when it comes to designing, even if you're not at that point. So definitely do that. If it were me, this lake here is 20, this one here is 30. Now, essentially what that means is that you get quite a bit more for $10, right? I would definitely go with the big lake. Definitely. Okay. Now, This is a really good deal, and it takes up, back when I had first started designing, we only had ponds, okay? It was torture, pure torture. Then they came in with the big lakes, and we were like, fuck yes, or whatever, the lake. And then the big lakes, and I was just like, oh, sure, hit me when I'm down, you know, like, now you come up with this? Okay, these here, this bridge and this bridge, and then there's one other one that does it, I think. Okay, these two actually stretch, so you can place them over, like, a roadway, and they actually kind of stretch out a little bit. It's kind of cool. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So when you place it down like this, see how it goes over the road? Like that, and it stretches. Or like that. So that's how you place bridges down. They have to be like that. They have to be on water. Now, some bridges will not allow you to place them in the middle of the water for some reason, okay? Not really sure why, but they just don't. Now, that's how those ones work. Now, those ones, I don't think these ones, yeah, these ones don't need water, okay? These ones can just be placed, these two can be placed wherever. And see how it kind of stretches like that? The other ones, if they say, let's see. This one has to be placed over water. All the rest have to be placed over water. So this one here goes up in price every time you purchase it. And then it maxes out at some point, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure it's maxed out right now. I haven't bought my next piece because it's pretty expensive. I'm trying to remember how much it is. I think it's like $6.50 right now. Let's see. I'm trying to place them down to show you guys here. This is what sucks about having a lot of stuff. When sales come, you're stuck having to put it out and then put everything back. Okay, so yeah, $3.25 is not a bad deal. Especially for that damn thing. Okay, these other bridges here, they have a really high pop boost in comparison to these. I mean, we're talking 10% higher. Now, these ones are kind of ugly in my opinion, especially if you place them, when you place them like this, it's not bad, right? But when you look at them like this, it just looks retarded to me. So, yeah. Also, if you guys go to, let's see, let's do that. You'll see the bridge go up, see? And then you can place another one down. All right, now, let's see, what else can we talk about here? These walls would be a really good time to get those done. If you're somebody who has been building a castle and stuff, these are not cheap otherwise, as you can see. Pretty much anything that you enjoy or like, now would be the time to buy it. Now, when it comes to platinum keys, now would be the time to use those especially. If you're limited to cash and you don't have money to spend on the game just yet, I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. Everybody's spending habits are different, but if you're somebody who's going to inevitably drop money on the game regardless, better to just do it now, get it over with, and get what you need to get done, right? So I'm going to buy a few more boats because those are a nightmare. Now, also keep in mind your platinum keys, because you don't want to end up whittling it away to a bunch of little shit, and then when something big comes along, you can't buy it, right? So just keep that in mind. Now, you can also do the math on some of the stuff and say, you know, okay, well, I know that if this category goes on sale and they put it on 50% off, you'll know how much it's going to be. So the boats are definitely a really good deal. Definitely get some trees while you're at it. Now, the problem with you guys doing the Missy's Building Guide is you don't have regionals unlocked yet. So you're not going to have access to buying any of the regional trees. But that's fine, because by the time you get to regionals, it'll probably be next Thanksgiving, right? If you have regionals unlocked and you're having a difficult time coming up with regional coins, the best thing that you can do is, what I do, okay, is first off, I purchase all regional items that I see. I produce regional items all the time. And even if they're just the small regional items, purchase them, because if you go here, you'll see bubbles that pop up that say, we would like to buy this from you, or whatever, and sell those regional items to the people for regional coins. And do that all the time, okay? Never sell them for regular coins. It's not worth it. You can do so much more with the regional coins, especially if you're looking in terms of designing and or pop boost and or epics. So they really benefit you greatly if you utilize them correctly, right? So how do they benefit you in epics? Well, if you boost those hotspots up, they are going to be worth 5 points, okay, if you can get them all the way to the top, to the last upgrade. If you enjoy boosting your population, again, those hotspots are going to be a huge boost, right? The area is huge and the boost is huge. So when you're at the point in the game when you can actually afford to focus on a regional map, you can make it to where you benefit greatly. You just have to focus on the right things. Now, another good way is to do the regional shipments, okay? Now, these aren't cheap to do. And then you have the piggy banks that you can purchase, which again, I don't really recommend that. That's not really a good thing. So if you're somebody who is going to buy the piggy banks, I would just go with the last one, okay? Because, I mean, 8,000 coins, regional coins, isn't bad for $3. But again, I mean, if you're somebody who's spending money on the game regardless, spend it wisely, right? Don't just be somebody who spends $600 in a fucking week on... I had a guy in my group that would spent $600, and I'm like, where? You know, I'm looking at your map going, where the hell did you spend $600? And he's like, oh, I would just speed up things like chairs. What? God, I wish I had that kind of money to just throw away. And more or less just be that much of an idiot to do something so stupid, okay? I mean, even if you got it, why wouldn't you want to be more efficient with it? You know what I mean? Like, at least benefit and have something to show for. A lot of us have spent a nice chunk of change on this game over the course of time. But if you look at my map and my screen, you can see where my money went. You know what I mean? Like, look at all the shit that I have. I have a ton of stuff. My maps look awesome. Well, at least my capital. My other maps are really bad. But I mean, look at all the stuff that I have in storage and all the things that I have accomplished. Whereas you see other people that have spent thousands of dollars, they don't have max storage, their map's not unlocked, they've got all silver epics at best, their regionals are a sad excuse for a map. I mean, it really doesn't, it really shows you guys, it gives you guys a good picture of how you can't just pay to have a good city, right? In a sense. So it shows that even if you're dropping the money, if you're spending it like a jackass, you're not going to get anywhere, right? So making efficient choices will benefit you greatly. I've probably saved everybody here thousands of dollars in the future. Now, you may not have ever spent money on it, but I saved you time, okay? If I didn't save you money, I saved you time. What you have accomplished on the Missy's Building Guide in a couple of months would have cost you years of your time, okay? So, you're welcome. Trust me, I've saved you guys a lot, okay? And it's all based on being efficient with your choices. That's it. And we all made the same mistakes, okay? All of us. Now, I'm kind of saving you guys from either continuing to make the mistakes or kind of cutting you off at the pass so that you don't continue down the same path. I mean, think about this just for a minute. If you hadn't come across my videos, how long would it have been? How much money would you have wasted? How much time would you have wasted before you figured all this stuff out, if ever? I mean, just think about that for a minute. I've really, really helped you guys. So I did it because of how many screw-ups I made, all the mistakes I made. I'm like, dude, if I would have known this, oh my God. And just looking back to just looking back to epics, when I first started doing epic projects, and I was getting the wrong advice from people that had been playing for years. And they're telling me the shit that they told me about the game, it really screwed me up, because they had been playing for a long time. They had big cities. Now I should have clued in then and realized that, okay, they really don't know what they're talking about, because even though they've been playing for a long time, they really haven't accomplished much. Now, back then, I didn't realize just how bad their advice was, right? And so it really screwed me up. And that's why I get so irritated when I see people giving you guys bad advice. And what's frustrating about it is it's totally wrong, you know? And you go on thinking that it's right until somebody comes along and tells you otherwise. And it really screws you up. So if you guys are getting advice from any Facebook groups or people on Reddit or anything, you guys, I'm serious, take it in one ear and out the other. You know what I mean? Like, look into it for yourself. Don't just automatically assume that they know what they're talking about, because 90% of people don't. Okay? Now, when you guys are buying this stuff, keep in mind that there's a couple of things that you want to consider here. Obviously, epic projects and looks. Remember, we were talking about that. Now, epic projects are important at they're important at all aspects of the game, but most important in the Missy's Building Guide when you hit level 24. You're going to start doing your epics, right? So whatever category that you've chosen, make sure that you are at, realistically, try to hit 15 to 20 3-pointers. Now, if you have the ability to buy 4-pointers instead of 3-pointers, do it. Okay? That one extra point is going to make a huge, huge difference, right? So think about this for a minute. If you have, let's say that you donate, you have 200 points in total that you have to earn, right? To hit gold, okay? You got to remember that if you were to do a double hotspot weekend, that would be 10 points, right? Okay, so 10 goes into 200. How many times? 20. Okay, so you would only have to donate 20 times with hotspots on a double points weekend. That is for a later date. Now, if you're looking at 3-pointers on a double hotspot weekend, that's 6 points. 4-pointers is 8, right? Okay. Now, the 4-pointers are going to make a huge difference, because every 5 times you donate, you're looking at 20 points, right? Whereas every 5 times you donate with a 3-pointer, you're looking at 15 points. So if you take into consideration that every time you donate to a specific building, the difficulty of the item in which it asks for increases. And then once you hit silver, it increases even more. So if you guys were tuned in yesterday and watched the 14-minute gold epic, or maybe you watched it this morning or whatever, I did an epic project with every single item unlocked in 14 minutes. And if you watch the video, I mostly used my couple of 4-pointer buildings. It didn't even give time to have all the others pop up. Now, had I paused the video and waited maybe 40 minutes or so for all the bubbles to pop up, I would have had a ton of bubbles that I could donate to. But I was able to do it with just a couple of 4-pointers and 3-pointers, right? All the other ones that were placed out didn't even have time to pop up by the time I had finished. So they will make a huge difference. So if you guys are looking in the categories, in the education category, and you have the Omega University unlocked, remember yesterday I told you guys to buy that up, okay? In the mountain category, you guys, this one here is a 4-pointer. And I don't remember. I think that might be the only one that's not limited time stuff. If I remember. Wait. Yeah. There's not a lot of 4-pointers, you guys. Now, the beach one, the Delta is a 4-pointer, if I remember right. And a lot of people, the Beach Delta is a really, really, really good choice. Now, saying that this does go for 50% off, that's going to be 60 plat keys, right? So, I mean, you could easily buy a ton of those. Now, CPT, fucking lucky fucker. Well, it's not really lucky. He busted his ass. I wonder, I don't even remember how many plat keys he has right now, but he had like 1,700 last time I did like a progress report on him, which I need to do because now he's just about done with all of his epic projects, and I'm going to have him screenshot some of his stuff. Now, this one here is a 3-pointer. It's a really good one. The lighthouse is pretty cool. And like I said, there's not a lot of options for 4-pointers. This one here, this Blue Ocean Stadium, it goes from 4 to 6 because you can upgrade it. That's what those dots, when there's dotted lines between them, that's what that means. So going back to the landscape category here, you guys, try to buy the stuff that you know you're going to use, and don't think that it's too much, because you'll be surprised how many trees it takes just to line water. Okay, it takes a lot. And let's see, I've got quite a bit of green stuff, green coins. Now, also, now would be the time to sell off all your regional stuff if you guys have them for coins. Just sell it like crazy, buy this stuff like crazy. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm selling all my regionals for regional coins right now. And I'm telling you guys, next week, when I can kind of make a comeback, because it's going to be a little while for me to rebuild my regional stuff, but I'm going to try to beat that 14-minute epic, because I wasn't as prepped as I would have liked to have been. And partially it was because I had too many rares that I couldn't trade at the time. So definitely going to try to beat my 14-minute record. I think I can, and I deliberately did it without 5-point hotspots. Not that I have any, but I deliberately didn't want to use any hotspots because I wanted to show you guys that it's doable, you know, with 3s and 4s. Okay? So if anybody has any questions, you can always put it in the comments section below, or you can reach out to me on Facebook. Now, I'm going to go through and buy some stuff here. Let's see. Better than doing a stupid accidental purchase. Okay. Now, these are the trees that you guys will have available to you. These, I am not placing 90. Oh my god, that sucks. Arrgh. I don't need those anyways. These ones are the ones that I use quite a bit. Let's try to color stuff up a little bit here. Buy a couple of those. Save me some money. Okay. No, don't exit. All right, now the animals, and this is the next part of what I want to talk to you guys about. A lot of this stuff that you're seeing on my screen is limited time stuff that goes away after you place it down. This one here is pretty popular, the graveyard, you guys. Let's see. 37, yeah, I'm not buying that again. Nope. This one here is also pretty popular. This one, and you guys pay attention. This category does not ever require a roadway aside from the bridges and the restaurants, the floating restaurants. So the animals and stuff that you place out, they can go right dead center in the map without any road. So that's really cool. Same with the like the old mill here and some of this other stuff. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. See, I wish I could gift some of this shit. I do not need all of these. I mean, I will eventually, but like the heliports and stuff, I'm never going to use those. Okay, so that's not bad. The rabbit one I really like because it has the water on the corner. Let's see. The horse thing here, that one's also pretty cool. It's just really large. This one here is another one of my favorites because of the pink trees. It just looks really cool, I think, especially if you put it around those pink tree parks. Let's see. I like this one a lot, so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna be doing a Tokyo display on one of my maps. So I want to see how much this one is. That's not bad. I'll buy a couple of those. I'll buy one of those. Okay. I don't remember if this one is even up for purchase. Jesus. I'm really hoping that they do a badass pass this time around. I mean, we can be hopeful, right? I missed out on the panda trees. They had this like panda type thing that they did. There's little pandas on the mountainside, and then they had the tall trees with it. Okay, I guess those aren't in the main menu. All right, these here are not my favorite thing. They're from the cactus map. That's not bad. One key. Jesus. Try not to buy a lot of the cheap stuff. Try to get the expensive shit. I don't know if that's a... Okay, that's a lot. There's not a lot really to choose from, to be honest. I know the bears are more expensive. Whoop, nope. Let's see. 30, yeah. Okay. This one here is also another popular one because of the tall trees along the back that it does. Why is it? See how they have like tall trees along the back? Yeah, that one's keys, or not keys, coins. Okay. So basically a lot of my stuff is just going to be going to trees, it looks like. And I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me put out 97 million trees. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I want to get that walkthrough done. So just make sure that you guys are taking into consideration design and efficiency when it comes to epic projects. If you can get 4-pointers, realistically, obviously the more the merrier. But if you had 8 4-pointers or 10 4-pointers. Essentially here, what you need to remember with epic projects is they always search for the one thing that you don't have, right? And so what ends up happening is people get stuck. And they get stuck in this situation where they can't donate anymore because they don't have the items that it's asking for. And they don't have any more pointers out to kind of jumble things up to get stuff moving again. And that is the purpose in having the large variety. It's not just because you need, 20 of them out there just to have them out there. It's for a reason, okay? So if you have, let's say you had like 5 of them asking for yoga mats and you can't find yoga mats anywhere. And realistically, running a token on them would take forever, right? And so you donate, you manage to find 5 and you donate it to that one thing. And then it pops up again. So the whole idea here is to have a variety so that when that happens, when you have that one thing that pops up that you can't find, you have other bubbles that you can lean on to get you out of that situation to add some points. That's the whole purpose. Now, the other purpose is also so that you don't have to go broke doing that. Okay? For example, if you have enough of variety, you wouldn't need to donate 5 bread rolls for 3 points. You could donate something much cheaper, right? Because you have a large variety. So that's the whole purpose. Now, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And again, you guys keep in mind that they might do... My guess is that what they're going to do is they're going to do mountain, beach, and landmarks tomorrow would be my guess. So keep that in mind. And if that is the case and they do that, that's probably going to want to be where you spend the majority of your platinum keys. Okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump up off here.